So on Sunday, Lindsay Graham decided to appear on ABC with host George Stephanopoulos to really give Donald Trump the best media defense that an ally could give him. And instead, it turned into an absolute crap show with Lindsay Graham having an absolute meltdown live on television because he really had no way whatsoever to defend Donald Trump. So here is Lindsay Graham having his little temper tantrum, trying to defend Donald Trump without actually talking about Donald Trump. Here he is.
This morning, Donald Trump has said repeatedly that he did nothing wrong. Do you believe that?
Well, here's what I believe. We live in an America where if you're the Democratic candidate for president, Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State, you can set up a private server in your basement to conduct government business. And when an investigation is had about your activity, no, let me finish.
But you didn't answer the question.
That was ridiculous. Well, yeah, I'm trying to answer the question from a Republican point of view. That may not be acceptable on this show. Yes, I don't like what President Trump did in certain aspects. I don't like that Joe Biden had classified information on the garage. I don't like that Mike Pence carelessly took classified information. I don't like any of that. But what I don't like is a system in America where the Secretary of State, who's a Democratic candidate for president, has people take a hammer to social media devices and break them apart, apply bleach bit to a hard drive to erase emails, allow classified information to get on a felon's computer, Anthony Weiner. You haven't even mentioned that. Most Republicans believe we live in a country where Hillary Clinton did very similar things and nothing happened to her. President Trump will have his day in court, but espionage charges are absolutely ridiculous. Whether you like Trump or not, he did not commit espionage. He did not disseminate, leak, or provide information to a foreign power or to a news organization to damage this country.
You know what I love about that the most? I love how George Stephanopoulos is like, all right, Lindsay, these indictments against Donald Trump, pretty strong, right? Well, the worst thing about the indictments is Hillary frickin' Clinton. And then he... Blah, 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 blah. Hillary Clinton, folks. Hillary Rodham Clinton, again, always, forever. For the rest of eternity, as long as the Republican Party of the United States exists, these idiots are going to see Hillary Clinton every time they close their eyes. She is the boogie person who haunts their nightmares. She is the creature living under their beds. She is the reason they cannot sleep with one foot out from under the covers because a Hillary Clinton claw will come out from under the bed and snatch it off their body. They live in constant fear of the specter of Hillary Clinton. Now, as I have said repeatedly, I am no fan of Hillary Clinton. I did vote for her in 2016, obviously, because I'm not an idiot. Didn't vote for her in the primaries, but did vote for her in the general because, you know, being in a swing state at the time, that was the only intelligent option, so I did it. But I wasn't happy about it. I don't like having to defend Hillary Clinton, but in these particular instances, when Hillary Clinton does deserve to be defended, I will do it. So let me explain very clearly to Lindsey Graham, since he can't wrap his minuscule brain around it, why there is no similarity between what Hillary Clinton allegedly did and what Donald Trump did. First and foremost, let's start with the fact that that Lindsey Graham is absolutely lying about what happened with Hillary Clinton's cases. They took a bleach bit to it. Tell us what that is, right? Tell us what a bleach bit is. No, I want Lindsey Graham himself to define it without having to look it up because you mentioned it like you know what it is and that it's actually a real thing that happened. Because at one point, Donald Trump said they literally bleached it, like they poured bleach on it. So you're just borrowing old talking points from Donald Trump, trying to make them sound more true, even though it's still completely untrue. They were smashing devices with hammers. No, they weren't. You have no evidence whatsoever to back any of that up. Like, that is a total and complete lie. Versus Donald Trump, who worked, or not worked with, he pretended to work with the National Archives for over a year as they attempted to get their documents back. He had his lawyers lie to federal investigators, telling them that, oh, we've given everything back, don't worry about it. He obstructed. he lied. And then, of course, the damning tape that you yourself admit, well, I don't know what's on the tape. Yeah, you do, you friggin' liar. Almost let the F-bomb slip there, but I didn't. But Lindsey Graham is an effing liar. You know exactly what's on it. You've heard the same thing the rest of us have. You've read that transcript. Donald Trump is waving that document around, showing people that's where the Espionage Act charge came from. Doesn't have to be that he leaked it to a journalist. Doesn't have to be that he showed it to a foreign power. The act of showing it to any other human being that does not have clearance to view classified information is the violation. And by the way, Trump himself signed the law that actually makes that a greater felony than it was before. And you know that, Lindsay. You also know that it's nothing like Hillary Clinton. Because again, as admittedly somebody that is not a fan of Hillary Clinton, I will tell you that that woman has been investigated more than any other politician you could imagine, even more so than Donald Trump. And what happened in every one of those investigations? They didn't find any evidence of criminal wrongdoing that would result in criminal charges. And all of these investigations, by the way, were in fact carried out by Republican lawmakers and Republican attorneys general. It was Republican after Republican after Republican, including James Comey himself, and not one single Republican ever came up with a single instance where they could charge Hillary Clinton with a crime. You may not like her. As I said, I don't like her. But a criminal, she is not. You know, we can get into morals and ethics in another conversation. Actually, no, we can't, because we don't even need to talk about it because she's not even out there anymore. Let Hillary Clinton go. I would certainly love to do that, but these Republicans like Lindsey Graham, they can't. Because they can't defend what Donald Trump did. So the only thing they can do is whine and cry and piss and moan about Hillary Clinton, pretending that they don't understand that these are completely different cases and that Hillary Clinton was investigated up and down, top to bottom, front to back, and his party couldn't come up with a damn thing to charge her with. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.